Man, it's been like Christmas around here the last few days. I had bought or ordered in a bunch of parts for the various motorcycle projects I'm working on, and they're all showing up. In fact, today come the Kickstarter for that little Honda 90, which, interesting story to do with that Honda 90, but at least we get a Kickstarter, we can get it going. So it's the main thing, gotta get it running first. But these tires, okay, these old tires are the ones I had on my XT500 Yamaha. Now really, they're a fairly small or fairly light tire for that bike. You know, that's a pretty big bike with a lot of power. Well, I had put these on years ago because they were, you know, inexpensive. Like I got the pair for like 70 or something. There's some Chin Sing or something, you know, some Chinese thing. Yeah. Chen Xin, yeah. But now these are a trials type tire. You know, they're on a dual purpose or dual sport bike. You always got to kind of make a compromise. And now these trials type tires, the compromise really leads more toward the off-road than a pavement. They're really not a very good pavement tire. You know, they're better than the knobby, which is illegal, but they're not a good tire. They chew themselves up. You know, they're a better off-road. Well, I'm making that one kind of a Frankenstein bike using that LaFon motor, and I decided, well, I needed tires for that, but rather than buy new ones for that, I bought new ones for my 500 and took the ones off the 500 that I'll put on that Frankenstein. Now the ones I bought are more of the true dual purpose tire. More of a 50-50 kind of deal, dirt and pavement. And they actually look like a pretty good tire, Kenda. And it was like 115 or something for the pair. But then these I also got a little bigger. Those are, the front is a 321. The back was a 418. Well, I went with a 450 and a 3 1/4. You know, just a little bit bigger, which is probably more suited to that bike. But my thought on that, you know, I've got the headlight and stuff off of that 500 because I was just using it on dirt, but really, you know, they're an excellent dual purpose bike. So I'm going to license that one too, just to have another option, you know. So I'll have to put the headlight back on. Got a tail light on it, but I just didn't run a headlight. Don't really need to put turn signals on, but I wanted to get a better tire for highway use, and these are more of your 50-50 kind of tire. They got good deep lugs, but they work better on pavement than what a trials tire will. Yeah, they look good. But now I gotta wait. I just took my other ones off today, and I was thinking, I could mount these up. Well, I really can't. I got the tubes I need, but that 500 runs 2 rim locks on the back and 1 on the front. Well, the front one's okay. I can mount my front tire. But the back one, this one has got a chunk missing out of it, and I just as soon, you know, and it's kind of rusted up, so I ordered a couple more of them. You know, they go inside the tire, and then after you get everything together, they pull down and lock the bead to the rim. And on something like a big 500 single, you really do need them. You know, smaller bikes doesn't really matter, or even on street bikes, but on something, a single cylinder, that big of a bike, the tire will creep if you don't use them. They're a nuisance when you go to change tires. You got to fight with these things. But yeah, and this one, It actually broke the bolt off when I started unscrewing it. So I'll put new ones in, just to be on the safe side. Then I got new tubes for them. And the old tubes will go back in on that Frankenstein. But I like these. They look like a pretty good tire. You know, you've got a pretty good choice in tires now. Well, particularly with the internet, you know, it gives you, and like even to get to find these rim locks, well, no problem, you know. And as long as I'm at it, I ordered a couple of more new bands because these are getting chewed up. You know, it's where your tube, it's to keep your tube from getting poked by the spokes. Well, you can see the light shining through, she's wearing. So I'll get some new ones of them. They should be here in a couple of days. Well, this one looks pretty good, but this one I could use on that Frankenstein. That's being put together out of pieces out of everything else. But I'll have to make my XT street legal again. You know, it'd be handy to have. I tend to run it on the street anyway, but the cops scold me now and again for doing it. They wouldn't even know it, but it doesn't have a headlight on, you know, and that bugs them. So I'll have to legalize her.